Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you.
And to be fair, racist was Hitler.
And that is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now.
You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually
can have my
think
package.
Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa,
God,
Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin
What
this?
the fuck?
Why do you have
Ryan
to
says
ruin
that
this?
shit.
Fuck,
Ryan
I know,
says
but-
this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
For her,
Probably
yeah.
fucking
that.
would.
Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No, listen.
100
You
miles
listen to
worth
me.
of
Shut the
frickin'
fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon
Shut the
juice
fuck up,
just
Jeremy.
to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
Wow,
supposed to
I am-
respect the man's
Thanks-
house. You don't take
thanks-
shit in his goddamn fridge.
Don't want to be like the name survive. Woo! Thank you, Ric Flair.
Wow.
Woo!
Imagine for a moment, if you will, being Adam's neighbor. You're sitting in your favorite easy chair. Maybe you got a cup of tea and you're reading your favorite book, and out of nowhere, through the wall, you hear this. Culturally appropriate my dick.
That's what
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me.
Come.
And then when I'm holding hands with Dermy, it's going to be worse. I did that. I've done that.
Oh,
I have the
God.
video here.
Just think of that. You're going to be holding
Yes.
his hand and think about what that hand's been holding. Technically,
Yes.
you touched Dermy's penis.
You are a worthless turd.
It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's
and
Dermy's
yeah,
excuse.
I don't fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Oh yeah. Take it. All right, Devil. Here we go. Now these are
Do you
the
peel
bananas
it
of the
first,
house.
or are you going to take the whole thing?
No,
Love
I'm
the banana.
going to eat it.
Want
I'm
the
going to eat
banana.
it. All right, so now it's going to be extra distasteful because, as you can see, it started to ripen, and I don't like a ripe banana. I like a slightly green banana, so it's not going to taste as very good at all to me.
Make sure you cup it.
Well, I mean, all right, so now it has to be circumcised. So there we
That's
go.
true. You need to make sure you do that. Okay,
Make sure
and
God Abraham is satisfied with
you
this
also need to make sure
banana.
to
No, listen,
prep your
listen.
uvula.
Okay, you know what? There were no rules set down for this. Okay, outside of I just have to eat it the long way, which whatever the fuck that means.
It means try a one fucking bite, bitch.
Yeah. So, I have a gag reflex, so we're gonna. All right. So, how's that? Is that a good angle?
Yeah, that's a really good angle. Come on, deep throat that banana.
No, Kratos. There is no sweet.
I'm really
chocolate
uncomfortable now.
I'm a man of my word. Okay. All right. Here comes the memes. You get. I deliver. I have to build. I don't want to put something long in my mouth like this.
So many clippable moments.
Do it.
All right, let me try and control my laughter. I can't be laughing when I do this. I might choke. Okay, give me a second here.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, that's right. You take
I
that.
hit the
big
gag.
load.
I hit the back of my throat.
That-
2 words
we did-
Dermy's
Well,
never
that's
said.
what it does when that happens.
You need to fix
All right, is that it? Am I done?
Well, you got a banana there.
Well, now I'm just eating a regular banana at this point. I took
try-
it the long way as much as I could.
Yeah, I'm fine. We
Yeah,
got
if
what we
Devil-
want. The
If
clip.
Devil is satisfied, then we're done.
They warned us about people like you!
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
My everlasting shame, Bug. My everlasting shame.
Yeah,
Never-
we all have those, don't we?
Yeah, well, I played the Wheel of Punishment, and it had to be recorded. And until we get a better clip, it has to stay there. I haven't done anything that stupid in a while. Then again, I haven't taken any bets. I had a chance of losing a while because of this man. This man played me like a fiddle to get that to happen. So, welcome to Mellow Mondays, everybody, where so much is going on out there. People are talking about a lot of things, various things that they, a lot of them don't have any real knowledge or capability to fully understand it. So they're retards. But you know what? We're retards too. But we're going to keep it to things we do know. So how we doing tonight? Bug, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I made some dinner and, chilled out a little bit. It's that, obviously we're not going into it a lot. Occurred the last couple weeks, but, adjusting, making the most of it, and just kind of pushing on through.
Yeah. And it's a Monday too. It's a Monday too. It's just, I know it's an old gag, but Monday is just, there's something about a Monday. You just want it to hurry up and go away and get on to the next day and move on to the week. And then finally it's Friday and you're closer to Monday again. What are you gonna do? But yeah. Hey Devil, how you feeling today?
Tired, but that's usual.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. I mean, yeah, you're working a real job, a kind of job I used to work, so I understand completely what your hours are like. And I ran for the hills after a decade in that horrible industry, at least from my perspective. But yeah, I get that. Try as I might, I try to go to bed at a reasonable hour to get up enough to get enough sleep, because like it or not, even though my job is not technically a 9 to 5, or I still have to wake up because I do a show every day at 1 p.m. So I've got to be up enough time to get ready, haven't eaten something, do some other things, and get ready for the show. And with the YouTuber schedule, especially, you think I'd catch up on the weekends, but with all the retarded streaming we all do on the weekends, you realize, holy shit, it's 4 a.m. I gotta go to bed. It's just it's retarded, and these hours are just dumb. But no matter how hard you try, I can't go to bed any earlier than I do, because all right, let me ask you guys this: do you guys have the ability to just go to sleep whenever you want?
No.
No.
You see, some members of my family can. They just put the head down, boom, out. They don't have to work hard at all. I gotta work hard at going to sleep. If I am not ready to go to sleep and I try, I will lay there and, thoughts in the mind will just start running laps. And you'll never, I'll just start doing things in my head. I'll start going over things and that. Now, sometimes it's constructive. Like, I will plot things out. I'll think of I'll figure things out than that. But sometimes it doesn't go anywhere but to the next topic, instead of what I like to call the drift, where you start to drift and you start the partial dream, and then before you know it, you're full on asleep, and you wake up later. Oh, great, I fell asleep. Awesome. But I got to work at it. I have to be there, ready to go to sleep. If I'm not even close, it's just going to be terrible, and I hate it. And then there's that horrible thing where you may not have actually fallen asleep, but you didn't realize it, and you think you've just been laying there, and it doesn't feel like you slept at all. that's even worse. Because like, wait a minute, have I been asleep? I think I have, but what do I feel like I'm still the same level of awake/tired that I was before. I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have to if I try to lay down and go to sleep earlier than I normally do, it just won't happen.
Mhm.
My body's already set to that time when it wants to go to sleep, and it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I make a mistake sometimes where I did this last week. I like every few weeks I do this thinking I can get away with it, but I don't. Where let's say it's like 7:00 at night, it's 7 p.m. my time. And it's nowhere near really time to go to bed, but that sleep urge just hits you. You're not doing anything. Maybe I finished a stream, maybe I finished something else. It's like, I think I'm just gonna lay down. And it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna crawl into bed. And you do, and bam, you're out for 3 hours. And you wake up and it's like 11 or midnight and you're awake again. And it's like, no. And then you're not, and then the sleep train doesn't come around till like 3, maybe 4 a.m. again. And it's like, you're back where you started. Yes, you've banked 3 hours in this sleep cycle, but it doesn't make a difference. You want to have that consecutive sleep. You don't want to break it into chunks because that doesn't help.
You know what's worse? You know what's probably worse than that? Like when you wake up like 3 or 4 minutes before your alarm goes off, because like you wake up, you're like, okay, how long do I got? And you look and you're like, oh, fuck.
For me, that's like half an hour because I never sleep to. Whenever I set an alarm, I never sleep to the alarm. I'm always up. That internal trigger just goes off in my head. Hey, wake up! And it's like, all right, how much time I got? 30 minutes. Shit, that's not enough time. I'm up now. I'm up. I'm done. I did that. I did that yesterday. I didn't do it today, but I did it yesterday.
Well, 30 minutes ain't enough because you waste half of it just trying to get to sleep in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. It's like finding you got to shift sides, this, and I have a thing also like where I don't necessarily have allergies or super congestion anymore, but when I go to sleep, I have to start on my left side for my nose to fully just open up. I don't know what biological angle that is, but I have to start on the side. And this also happens to be my bum shoulder that I injured 20 years ago in a gym, and it healed improperly. So it's not really that great. So I don't like to spend too much time on my left shoulder when I'm sleeping. But I have to start that way. And of course, I will generally fall asleep once the nose opens up, and then I'll wake up and my shoulder kind of hurts, and I got to flip over. And then I got the added thing of I have my arms. Well, I can't put my arms in good positions. Otherwise, they will like go numb from like here to here. This one, because I did something 20 years ago. We don't know what. To this day, we don't know what. I've told you guys a story where I did something. My arm healed funny, and my right arm will not extend. You can sort of see there. It won't extend all the way. So there's a slight circulation problem when I'm lying down, and my arm will go numb. So I have to do like all kinds of weird shit with my arm when I'm on my right side to keep it from my comfortable side, to keep it from waking me up like an hour or two later, like all fucking number pins and needles have set in. I'm going, So
Adam's told us all about his masturbation injuries.
Now listen. I'm ambidextrous when it comes to that. I don't need my right hand. My left hand works too.
Okay. I think we're good. We do not need to be at that level of friendship. Okay. The same thing when you guys start talking about like what you do when you're on the toilet. It's like no. We are not at that level of friendship. Of like,
listen,
where I tell you
have
what
a
happened.
belief. What goes on in the bathroom is between you and God, or you and your God, whatever it is in there. I mean,
you think God's peeking in on that? That's when he turns off the camera.
You, dude, it's you have the issue when someone has their phone with them in the bathroom.
Oh
Like,
yeah, what? Who the hell does that? Evil people.
Dermy.
Oh.
Okay. My issue is like when like Alf and others are like, well, you gotta wipe this way or this way. It's like, no. We are not that close of friends. We will never be that close of friends where I know what you do on that white porcelain throne. Like,
how level of dad do you have to be that you start telling other people how to wipe? It's all like, dude, I ain't your kid, dude. I was potty trained a long time ago. You don't need to explain anything to me. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Changing the topic. So Hale, howdy to the chat.
Weird.
Hope you guys are doing well. Got a few people hanging out right now. Hail a goddess. Hail Kel. Sleep is necessary. Listen, I don't need much. I'm good with 7 hours. I get anything after that, it's bonus. But 7 hours is generally what I need to function.
I'm usually
properly.
6.
I can work 6, but if I do 6, there's always that chance that if I'm not doing anything and I'm sitting in this chair and I put my head back, I will fall asleep for like 30 minutes to an hour. And that'll be that extra I need. But 7 is like the optimal for me. Anything above that is just gravy.
Yeah, I essentially live off of 6 hours sleep and then like 2 freaking energy drinks a day.
Yeah, I don't
So,
subsist on anything like that. I've never developed a taste for coffee in my life, so I don't drink coffee to give me the boost. And I don't go near energy drinks. I never have. So
I used to drink coffee. Coffee used to be my thing, but I stopped drinking it because unlike some people, I can't drink it black. I think it tastes like burnt shit if it's just straight black coffee. So I put a bunch of shit in it, and that's where you get the calories. So we have free sugar-free Red Bulls in the restaurant. So I started drinking those just to substitute calorie-wise for the coffee, because we also have free coffee, like good coffee too. And yeah, so now I've gone to where one of the girls in the restaurant, she drinks them too, one of the waitresses. And so I always buy like the weirdest flavored ones just so I could give her a little bit so I could see her face because she hates them. So it's like I fuck with her. So I'm like, here, try this. And she'll drink it and be like, oh, what is that? I'm all like, strawberry mango something. I don't know.
jeez. That's good.
Yeah, I don't. My coffee habits are like, I'm kind of weak when it comes to that. Where it's the summertime now, and I just don't drink the hot stuff during the hot times. I know it's terrible. It's weakness, but it's just like I can't do it, man. Like it's already gonna be hot. I don't need to like get it a head start, especially to wake up. So I'll drink like whatever the fuck is cold enough to get me going, and then and then when it comes to wintertime, I'll chug whatever coffee I can get, but not black though. I'm not big on it. I need to have sugar and cream and all that bullshit in it because I want some flavor with my caffeine. I need a little frosting on my cake, that kind of thing.
See, again, I am glad I've never developed a taste for coffee. So it's something that I just don't want or need. I think it smells terrible no matter what you do to it. So anyway, all right. So I do have topics tonight. I've got 2 actual topics, one of which we definitely need Sam here for because it's the same topic. But the other one we'll possibly get to early, but Sam should be in the next 15, 20 minutes anyway. But I do have this one here, as usual. Now, of course, I'm a little light on my conversation starters because it's hard to find normal conversation starters these days on X. It's hard to find it. So I came up, but I had to go into my backlog, things I hadn't gotten to yet. So that's what we're dealing with today, stuff I had on backlog. So we're gamers here to various extents. We all like our games, do this. And let's be honest, when you're gaming, you do want to optimize your comfort level. Is that correct? When you're gaming, you want to just optimize your comfort level. You want a good chair. I like this. This is my desk chair, but it's also a really good, comfortable gaming chair because it's big. It's got cushions. I haven't destroyed it yet, and it can lean back a little bit. So I can be good. I've got a table here where it's a separate table. I have a beverage usually, this and that, and my bathroom is not too far away. It's over there. It's not too far away. So for me, I'm good. I don't like to eat when I'm gaming because it gets messy then, and you don't need that. Eating's for before your game. You don't need snacks for gaming. But there's always people trying to revolutionize your gaming comfort. They always want to push it and leave it to the Japanese. They're going to find ways to take it to the extremes. Let me ask you guys, what is your level of comfort when you're gaming? What do you need?
That really depends on like the game I'm playing, but if we're gonna disregard that, like, because usually
general,
in general, I like to be. I don't know. I like to have like my chair. It does well enough for my sessions. I think the only issue I ever have is I don't have like any proper footrest thing. So
that's a big deal. I bought a footrest about a year or so ago, and I've never put it together.
I don't have that, so I wind up like putting my feet on like the bar, like the lower bars of the desk, and it's not good long term because then you start to feel it dig into your foot, and you're like, I can't do this, So if I could find like a decent footrest to just kick my feet up, then that'd be great. Otherwise, I'm pretty chill with it. I can kind of just lean to one side or the other on my chair, and then that's it.
Devil.
See, I've gotten used to being in pain a lot because of being a bigger guy, or used to be a bigger guy. So it doesn't really bother me when my, back's hurting a little bit or whatever from sitting in the chair for too long doing gaming. It's just, but no, I don't really go for comfort. If I did, I wouldn't have the setup I do, but
See, I bought this is the footrest I bought for myself like a year ago. Oh shit, I just doxed myself. Sorry, god damn it. I forgot that was in the corner. Shit. Anyway, well, you saw it for half a second there. And it oh there we it still kind of doxes myself, whatever. I bought it with the intention for this type of situation, and I never quite I didn't dox myself because I didn't have the screen out yet. Okay, great. Good. I didn't dox myself because I'm retarded. So I bought a good footrest. I liked it, but I want it. I want to put it together, but I just never put it together. It's sitting in my closet. So I understand the thing with Bug saying footrest. But for me, it's a good chair. Now, again, the Japanese have taken it to the extreme. I found this a little while ago. What do you guys think of this? Japan has created the ultimate gaming bed, so you never have to rejoin society again.
Okay, what are we?
All right, so what we got here from what we have here, it's first of all, that bed is fucking small. It's made for a small Japanese man. That bed ain't gonna fit me.
Yeah, no, that ain't. I need bigger.
Yeah, I need something longer. Something that isn't a twin too. I need something at least a queen. Now,
I don't know, man.
They need to have it be able to fit in those little Japanese apartments that are 4 foot by 4 foot or some shit.
Now, I don't have a problem with some of the concepts here of the tables to put stuff, but the design to me is dumb, and also the extra thing here. So already, if you've got it's clearly for these PC gaming. I'm sure a console would work too, but this guy's got a PC. He's got 2 monitors. He's got his keyboard there, the headphone rest, controller basket, stuff like that, speakers. But if you look at this picture right here, it's got a crane for the phone. If you've got your PC with 2 monitors, why do you need a crane for your phone to watch something?
Yeah, I don't know. I think like majority, like a number of these things are just not really that needed because like, okay, dual monitor setup, totally, I get it. The L-shaped like desk where you always at least has something to put whatever you need, your controller, keyboard, drinks, whatever. Cool, got it. I'm all for that, But the phone holder,
Look at this stupid. Thing. Yeah. That's stupid. You've got your computer right there. Why do you need to watch something on a tiny little phone screen? You've got your computer right there.
It's not necessarily to watch something on your computer. It might be if you're gaming for a long period of time and you need your phone, you put your phone on silent, you can have it there. So if somebody calls you, you can see the alert since you're not hearing it ring.
He's watching something here. It's meant to show that he's watching something. That's what it is.
Yeah, after he's laying down and not gaming anymore. That's what I'm saying is now that he's laying down, he's using it to watch stuff. But
why? But your phone is essentially the same as your computer these days. Everything's on the computer. Why not watch it on your computer? On larger monitors. I don't listen, I don't understand watching things on your phone. It's not something that has ever made sense to me. Especially if you're home and you're in front of your media centers, TV, computer, stuff like that.
Maybe
where
the
you can use
power's
the
out,
access.
Adam.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. No.
I'm more concerned that this is like furthering our de-evolution to sloth people. Like we're like a couple steps away from Wall-E or wherever the hell it is, where we're all
Well,
like in a little
look
power
right here. There's the Wall-E meme right there. There's the Wall-E.
Yeah, like it's just you don't need to do everything from your fucking bed. Like,
Well, I'm
get
gonna
your
say
fucking
this.
ass up and sit in a
I'm
chair.
gonna say this too. I tried on very rare occasions throughout the year, especially when we got wireless controllers. I've tried gaming from bed. I can't do it. I can't do it. When I'm at that level of comfort and lying down, I don't care how many things I have behind me, pillows, or this dude's got that weird beanbag thing going on there. I cannot game from bed. I can't take it seriously. I can't concentrate. I don't have the proper angles. It's honestly a little too far away for me. I mean, in every room I've tried to have it in. So I can't game from bed. I cannot.
Yeah. I can't. I can't lean back when I'm gaming. Like when it gets intense. Like if like let's just say for the hell of it, I'm playing Red Dead 2. When I'm just traveling on a horse, fine, I can lean back in the chair, no problem, shit. But when it gets to a shootout, I automatically lean forward and kind
we
of
all shift.
shift. I have to, lean towards the TV and shit. I couldn't lean back like that and actually play a serious game. It wouldn't work for me.
All right. Yeah, this thing called I delete my browser history when I'm done.
Dude, I am straight up there. Eventually they're going to make a phone that when you die, it self-destructs. So that I'm hoping, like it's all like, oh, P died. Okay, time to self-delete and just so no one knows what went on with this phone.
Now I can appreciate the little, I guess, rolling cabinet there, the rolling thing that has the drinks and the snacks, but I'm not really a snacks guy. Drink I can accept. I don't mind having a beverage holder, but I'm not really snacks guy. I don't need to have snacks there for all the time. I mean, I'm surprised they don't have a fucking bedpan attached to this thing.
Oh, it probably does. That's just you have to pay extra. This is to turn everyone into a dermy. We gotta stop this behavior, people. This is just gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather, you know what I'd rather have? A gaming recliner. That I can get behind. A gaming recliner. Where it's like, where I've got the space and the stuff like that. That I'm okay with. Because I'm not going to spend all my time there. It's for when I want to do some serious gaming. But this, I mean, we've even talked about it. I think we've reviewed a gaming recliner once. I could be into a good one. I mean, not the thing over the top. Like, I don't want the screens attached to it necessarily or anything like that. I don't mind the screens being on a desk, but I wouldn't mind a recliner that has, built-in table, stuff like that. No toilet. Toilets for the bathroom. Not that far gone. But in the end, I don't like this. I think it's dumb. Especially I don't like the showing off, like, why is he fully dressed with a hoodie and a mask on in bed? That I don't understand either. I know it's just for like the imagery, but this thing is this Japan does have a problem with its population not wanting to go out and do shit. Its younger population, not making babies and stuff like that. But choices lead you to certain places.
Let's be honest. The only true question that we have to ask with this unit is, does it come in pink for e-thoughts?
Oh, it does. It's probably all they got, all the pinks, the neon purples, the blues, or whatever.
Yeah.
Spaces for the Funko Pops and all the fake nerdy memorabilia, whatever. Everything just flash onto it.
place to plug your cat ear headphones into.
Yeah,
a little
that
holder for your
shit.
markers so you can write people's names on yourself.
There's plenty of room for cameras.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It
Lot of
easily
angle.
lowers you into a hot tub.
Got a hot tub on the bed retracts while a crane drops and holds you. And it lowers you into the hot tub.
That phone camera holder will just be another camera pointed right under their ass. You know that it takes up 90% of the screen.
No, Lord. The fact that this is something that's a reality, or what we're describing is close enough to happening, it says a lot. That's where we are. That they're going to, that this is even a possibility. And this bed exists. I wonder how much this whole thing would cost.
Okay, let's see. Ballparking it, the desk is definitely at least like $200 probably.
Yeah, it looks like cheap plastic with a little bit of metal on there.
Right. Yeah, but still, that's probably what they would charge for it, like $200.
Oh, I mean, with all the accessories.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to break it down. Like the desk itself first.
Linen's not included.
Yeah, like the desk probably $200.
Honestly, I'm gonna say $2,000
for the desk.
For the whole thing. No, the whole thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I was gonna say, if you're paying $2,000 for a fucking desk,
no. I know. I mean the whole thing all together.
I mean, okay, maybe like it's at least $1,000. I know that.
Well, yeah, it depends on the quality. If this is IKEA level, then you can get it for $87.50.
It's probably the cheapest shit, but they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it.
But if it's good quality, I bet it's probably, at least $1,200.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take you to put that fucking thing together?
See, I would.
Well, if it's IKEA, then you'll never get it together. Really.
See, I would put this shit together myself. I'm not in the habit of hiring people to put shit together for me. It's like, would you like us to?
Oh yeah, that footrest really tells it. Yeah.
Well, no. Listen, I'm just lazy. I never got around to it. I put this chair together. I put this desk together. I put all my own shit together. I'm not going to spend an extra $100 to have some dude come into my house and like put shit together for me. I'm not going to do that. I'll put my own shit together. It's not hard. It just takes a little time. When I need it. I don't need the footrest. I bought the footrest.
Adam's really leaning into that whole I don't want to say the ratio stuff.
No, it's not cheap. It's not
he's his own doctor. He just goes and gives himself a checkup.
You're gonna pay $100 for some mouth breather to come in. No, are you gonna pay an extra $100 for some mouth breather to come in and put this shit together for you?
No, I just buy something that's essentially together. Like if I get a footrest, I just go and buy a fucking footrest. I don't get one that's
together.
12 different parts.
I gotta put into it. I just never did it. I just put it in the closet. I never got around to it.
I mean, to be honest, anything I put together, I have to do it myself because if it's somebody else, usually it was like my dad, and it would take like way longer to get that done. Like trying to put an air conditioner up was fucking tedious because he'd always be like, "No, you gotta put this screw here and these screws here. We gotta organize them in some OCD way before we could even do anything." And it's like, motherfucker, I know what parts go to what part. Let me just put the fucking thing in. You know,
I've said that to a lot of women.
Nice, Sam. Are you buying into this right here? The
fuck do I need all that extra shit for, man?
Bullshit. This is right up Sam's alley. See, now he can do his salute thing and then just push the girl off and start gaming.
Are you kidding me? She'd never leave. All that stuff. Chicks dig stuff, man.
With the tentacles, it must not be hard for you to put things together, though.
No, not really. I'm pretty good at the IKEA shenanigans and whatnot. But no, this seems like a little much for me. It's in storage right now, but I got a lazy boy like overstuffed recliner. It's got like suede cover on it and all that shit. It's comfortable as hell. Slept in it for like 3 years, man, and that is my favorite favorite place it came from. Right now, I'm sitting in a little cheap ass office chair, but it is what it is.
I dream of having a nice recliner.
I have to give it a couple of years to buy a recliner because last one did not go well.
That's where you went wrong. You paid for it, right? I've never paid for any of my favorite chairs. I picked them up off the side of the sidewalk with signs on them saying "free, please take."
Okay, Samuel, I had to pay for it because this recliner was meant for my dad, who was a heavy set man, and I needed a recliner that fit his needs as a heavy set man, and it did well. He also died in it, so there you go.
Oh man!
Oh god!
Yeah.
Sam, your straight recliner looks like freaking Fraser's dad. Like it's got duct tape on it and shit.
Not yet. It doesn't. It's holding up pretty well. I mean, it does, but you can't see where the duct tape is.
You threw like one of those like multicolored quilted fucking blankets right over it.
No, I just take the chair as is, but no, it's got this this base on it. Somebody clearly added in after the manufacturer, because normally what these have is they've got a series of struts, and the struts are connected to the reclining function, and sometimes you get lucky and it rotates and all that stuff. But this one was clearly homemade because it's just fucking particle board.
Oh, look. Particle board's the worst, man.
Yeah, it's super heavy.
Jeez. So yeah, I dream of a recliner. I've never actually had one. I've broken recliners in friends' house. One time I was staying at a friend's house while my mom was out of town in high school, and his dad had this brand new recliner, and I got into it when him and we had a couple guys over, and I just was stretching on it, and I stretched the max, and I just pushed hard, just stretching out, and I broke the damn thing.
Oh, I would hurt you for that. I
Adam,
you're my buddy, but I would hurt
not
you.
Happy. Oh,
Same thing happened to my previous recliner with one of my kids' former boyfriends. Same damn thing. Kid broke my goddamn chair, and I have never forgiven him for it. And he's very lucky that he's still on this side of the dirt.
Well, listen, this guy. Listen, I wasn't exactly afraid of my friend's dad. I just felt bad that I did it. I was like, oh shit. I don't like. Well, I was a destructive youth, not because I was out to destroying things. I was just rough on stuff. I just played hard. So I didn't always intend to break shit, but I did because I was just not aware of my strength and my weight and stuff like that. So I didn't mean to break it, but I did. And when they got a new one, it's like, yeah, you're not sitting in that. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm aware of that. I don't get to sit in the recliner when I come over. I understand that. But yeah, I hope to have a nice one day. But it definitely have to be when I've moved, because right now, even if I had the room here, I wouldn't buy one. One, because they're expensive. Because I'm not going to go out to the side of the road around here and look for shit. But at the same time, I don't want. I'm trying to minimize what I have for moving. Like I've said, when I'm leaving, this desk is going in the garbage because it was a bad purchase anyway. I haven't ever really liked it since I got it, and but it's all I got. So, but I'm going to get rid of this L desk that I got. It's going away because also I don't want. It's got like 5 glass pieces. I don't want to move glass.
Oh, you got that one too, huh?
Yeah, I mean I could show you. Look, I mean it's just this metal thing here.
Oh yeah, that is basically the same one I got, except it's not as see-through.
Yeah, it's I don't like it. The glass gets too dusty and dirty too quickly, and I'm always afraid. And for years I was afraid it was going to break, and I know it's not going to. It's doing fine now, and also and granted, it was never designed to host a TV on one end, but that's just the way I've had to orchestrate things in here. But yeah, I am not. I'm not happy. I mean, for this microphone to work, I had to place something on top of between it and the desk to have something so the clamp could twist onto for the crane. So this desk is going away, and I'm gonna get a new desk. Probably, I prefer something like total metal. I like metal things when it comes to furniture like this stuff because it's easy to clean.
Magneto.
Hey, just because we're both Jews doesn't make me Magneto.
That's a retcon. That's a retcon. But yeah.
But yeah, so I'm getting rid of this desk, but I don't want to move any more large pieces of furniture if I don't have to. But I do want a recliner someday. It's been a dream for a long time. Be a nice one, but not to game in, just to like relax it. I can't game like this, I can't do that. I have to, like Devil said before, at certain points you got to shift and you go forward. You got to tuck your legs back. You got to lock in. You got to be in fight mode, and I can't do that when I'm laying back. The reflexes get dulled a little bit. Okay, so we're all in agreement. This is a no-go. It's a no-go. All right. Well, Japanese have their work cut out for them, though. They do make crazy shit, and we do appreciate it when they make cool shit, especially when it has big-breasted Japanese women in it. We all enjoy that. All right, so how we doing, chat? Sam, how you doing?
Oh, I was just typing in a private chat. I guess I could just say it out loud. It's not like a secret or anything. I was just trying to distract from the show. But if I drop for whatever reason, it might be because there's a massive thunderstorm coming into town right now.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's cloud to ground, lightning, 60-mile-an-hour winds, inch and a quarter hail.
All right. So then let's jump right to the story that I've been sitting on because it's definitely a you and me story.
I'm very glad I got home when I did. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. You always want to beat the bad weather home. So a few months ago, we covered a new Suikoden game, Suikoden Star Leap. And at the time, we were both like, wow, okay, it's a new game. It's taking place between 5 and the original. It's another prequel game of sorts. But it is Suikoden, like the real story, the real stuff going on. But it was only handheld, iOS, Android. We're like, I'm going to pass. Well, Samuel, guess what? It's coming to Steam.
I mean, that's good for people who use Steam. I do not.
Well, at least that means there's a chance going forward it could get a console release.
Yeah, it could get a port at some point.
Yeah. And we have more information on it now, too. The rundown of the game is this. The new 108 stars, a new Tale of Runes. Suikoden Star Leap is an entirely new addition to Konami's most popular RPG series. A new story with 108 new stars, unfolding in the same world and history as the series can be enjoyed with beautiful graphics and powerful sound. The Rune of Change. Have you ever heard of the Rune of Change?
No, but we also know that even if you include Suikoden Tactics, right, throughout the 6 Suikoden games that are out there already, they have not revealed all 27 true runes.
Yeah, most I can count if I think real hard enough, maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe 11. Yeah. So there's still plenty to go. So yeah.
So the Rune of Change is one of the 27 true runes that are said to have created the world. Solar year 453. Tragedy strikes a lakeside village located east of Scarlet Moon Empire, aka the Tauren Republic, where mysterious enemies attack. Houses go up in flames, and people have to flee for their lives. After the threat leaves, the hero, along with Hisui, Shirin, and Shapur, stand up to restore the village. As the hero and his friends depart on their journey, they quickly get caught up in the great swells of history. What are the atrocities that torment the people of the Empire? What kind of destiny will these encounters with Victor, Flick, Odessa, and various others do? Hey.
Okay. Odessa's back. Interesting.
Well, yeah.
It's not very, very much before 1 then.
Yeah. Small adventures eventually turn into large ambition for our precious one. Okay, features a story spun through encounters with 108 stars and many of the characters that travels around the world. Around the world.
Really?
Interesting term there. Interesting phrase. Profound dots for location and character expression. Battle strategies and experience that expand as many as the number of characters. Really?
So I'm curious about something. If it's taking place like around the world, like they're saying, are they talking about around the world as we've already explored it, like island nations, grasslands, highland, that kind of thing, or are they talking about new territories? Because when they say east of Scarlet Moon Empire, I'm thinking grasslands.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. This is the most I've heard of this game until now. Frankly, even though we covered it last time we watched the trailer, we're like, yay, new Suikoden game, but I'm not going to play it on handheld. I kind of just put it in the back of my mind, like, you know what? I'm going to just not think about this because I'm not going to play it on my freaking phone. And I don't have a tablet. But now that they announced Steam, I might not get it right away, but to give it a chance to maybe get a console release, and it's Konami, they might do it. They might put it on console, especially with the success of the HD remaster release. So if they, it'll now it's within the realm of me playing. Now it's within the realm of me getting around to do it. But this is interesting, and one would say, Adam, I thought you hate prequels. Yeah, generally I do, but Suikoden 5 was also a prequel, and that turned out good.
So yeah, 4 was too, but it was not good. Well, I don't remember where in the timeline Tactics takes place. I think that's also a prequel.
Wait, Kelly, you're saying it's free to play with possible microtransactions?
Pretty sure it's going to be. I think he's just doing a educated guess because most mobile games are the only ones you see there.
It says free to play. No, you're right. It is free to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's going to be either transactions, like it'll be like you can do this many moves in an hour, or you pay and you get more attacks or something. They'll have little microtransactions. If it's free to play.
I don't like that. Just give me my game. Don't do that.
Of course, if it's gonna go to Steam, they might change that up for Steam. It might just because you'll have to pay probably.
Well, there's another possibility too. There may be microtransactions that are all purely cosmetic.
That I'm okay with.
Actually, the game itself.
That's true.
Cosmetics and glamours, I have no problem with. You want to spend your extra money doing that? Go for it. I've done it myself on occasion. No. I don't have any issue with that.
With mobile though, the cosmetics, usually they're very advanced. Like what do you call that? Like more loot boxes. They don't really have the cosmetics so much. Like what do they call that? The one where you're what the hell is that called? The one with where you open the crates and you get all the warriors and it was real big there for a while.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends, like that. You can get most of those creatures if you just open boxes that are free to you when you do all these things, but the drop rate is so low that you end up buying packages to open more crates. That's probably what it is. They're talking about all these characters. That's what I'm guessing. Is like
no, there's no way they would make you pay for all 108 stars. They would not do that.
No, but they'll add more. One, they won't just be that 100. They'll sit there and advertise them. Like they'll be like, don't you have a better chance of getting.
I see where your head's at, Devil. But the problem is, the 108 characters is integral to the story. Right, they're part of the story. They're part of the base game. They're always part of the base game. If they're going to break it down like that, they might as well not make the game.
Well, yeah,
they're not, and there can't be extra characters. There's the 108.
Yeah, there are only ever 108 stars of Destiny.
I mean, we got extra characters in Suikoden 2 and Suikoden 5, but they were not part of the 108, and they weren't really.
And some of them, if you collected them, they took up the slots, but they didn't count as Stars of Destiny, so you couldn't get the full ending if you recruited them.
Yeah.
You guys, you're trying to put like logical reasoning behind this when it's mobile gaming. It's about money. All the other shit goes out the window. And maybe if it is truly integral, what it'll be is you can get the characters, but they'll be like washed down. It'll be like, yeah, you can get Steven, but Steven's not that strong unless you get Steven from a pack and then Steven gets a big boost or something. They'll find a way to milk money out of you. That's what mobile does, guys. That's what I'm telling you.
It's what mobile does on other games. This is an RPG like this.
I'm with you, Devil, on there. They're going to find a way. It's not going to be with the 108 characters.
Yeah, that's what we're telling you. There will be ways where they're going to nickel and dime you for boosts and stuff like that. We're not arguing that. What we're saying is with the 108 characters, the 108 Stars of Destiny, they cannot do that. Otherwise, fans will not buy the game.
Well, they probably won't anyway. I mean, look at all the other games that failed because they didn't take into consideration what the fans will want and what they'll rage against.
Well,
the thing I'm saying is cosmetics work when you have like a Call of Duty, a big game like that where people care about their gun having the little anime chick skin on it and shit like that, that they'll pay $30 for a loot box to try to get the little waifu cover. With mobile games, like I said, you're not, if they're all like, okay, you have this character Tiger, right? Let's call him Tiger. I don't know.
There is a
I don't
character
know the
called
name.
Tiger in Suikoden.
Okay, great. I'm right on. Tiger, okay. But if you can get Tiger with a cooler armor or something. They usually that won't motivate people on mobile gaming to pay the money they want. So there has to be some way pay to win. I've dealt with this because there's one mobile game I play, and it's that fucking Mech Arena one. And that's because it looked interesting enough that I clicked on it, and I hate the son of a bitch. I'm addicted to it. I use it. I only play it when I'm like bored out of my mind and I'm stuck someplace and there's nothing to do. And I'm like, I just need something to do. So I play it. But little Japanese asshole fucking teenagers whose daddies fucking buy them the big bundles and shit have mechs that are way stronger than mine because they can use all the crystals and the gems and shit like that to fucking put the strongest guns and level everything up on their mech to a point where I have to shoot them 1,000 times before I kill them and they have to hit me twice. It's pay to win. That's how they're going to do it.
Though. That's a different type
That's
of game.
how they get their money. These assholes are going to get their money.
Kel has the information, and it's a different kind of game. Here's the thing. Kel says the gacha element will offer cosmetics and characters from other games, which are separate and not part of the 108. That fits into what you're saying. And that's where we are saying they will do it for other shit, but for the 108 of the base game, they will not do things to fuck with that because
they can't. It'd be game breaking.
Yeah, they can't. And also monetization will be used to fund future Suikoden games. That I don't have a problem with. But I mean, if as long as the stuff they're putting on you, that doesn't sound like pay to win. This sounds like pay to enhance. Because you can beat the game without getting what they're offering.
So that's why I wasn't just complaining and bitching and moaning when I said they might as well not make the game. I mean, like it will literally break the game code if they farm out the 108. Like they can't actually do that, and still have a game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Unless it's a tactics kind of situation, in which case I could absolutely see them going that route because they did that with Dragon Age years ago on a gacha mobile game.
So now, considering the timeline, of course, sometimes it doesn't matter when you're buying extra characters, stuff like that. They bring in characters that break the timeline. We've seen it done in other games before. I don't know who they could possibly bring in that would.
I can't fucking be McDole. He's still in grade school.
Yeah, you can't be. You can't be T.O. McDole. You can't be anybody from Suikoden 2. At best, you could maybe get some people from Suikoden 5.
Yeah, you couldn't do it from 4 because it takes place 100 and fucking some odd years before the first.
And if somebody like Jean, she's already going to be a part of the 108 because Jean or Vicky because Vicky time travels and Jean is old as fuck. So that would be the exceptions. But or maybe Luke is still bumping around. Maybe he's on loan from Leknat during that period of time. You don't know. That could be a possibility.
Leknat might be in it.
It could be pre-Windy stuff too. It could be set up for Windy in 1. You don't know. We don't know. You could get Peshmerga. Peshmerga is a possibility.
And Uber.
If Uber's in the game, which Uber is always for most of these games, Uber's in them. That's still a problem. That would be a problem. Even if he's in there, it might feed into some of the future storylines, but it's still not going to give us what we want, a conclusion to Peshmerga versus Uber, or give us Peshmerga versus Uber.
No, because it's a prequel, man. But like, if you're going to have Peshmerga Peshmerga's only purpose for being in this world is to hunt down Uber. Like, he's got no other reason to be there.
Yeah, which still baffles me why they didn't have him in number 3 when Uber was a real prominent presence in 3. That still baffles me to this day.
Yeah,
they didn't put Peshmerga in 3. I don't get that. So I'm with Kel. This is like reasonable monetization. It doesn't require you to get it. I mean, monetization never requires you to get it, but it's not going to make the game any harder if you don't have what they're selling. Now, if being free to play, it means I may jump around it sooner or later, but I don't know. I'll have to hear. I'm not so much hear how it is. I'll have to be in the mood. And I will have to have actually finished playing HD Remaster before I even think about going near it anyway. So, because I still haven't gotten around to 2 yet. I'm not even sure I'm going to stream that. I might just have private play. So
I think you guys are way underestimating how greedy
I
these
don't-
sons of
well,
bitches are.
we're not underestimating Devil. We're just saying you don't understand the franchise, and they're trying to restore this franchise right now with the AC remaster. They're trying to re-energize the fan base, and if you do this, you will screw over your fan base. If they're releasing it on Steam, that means they're trying to reach out to their fan base. If they had just kept it on phone and mobile, I could buy into what you're saying. It means they're not trying to reconnect with their fans. But by putting it on Steam, which makes it accessible to just about everybody, then that means they're doing their best to try and get back to a level of let's make Suikoden relevant again. And if you did this, you would alienate those who this is one of the things where, we'll rely on the modern gaming. Suikoden has been so out of the loop with the remaster just coming back in. It's been so out of loop until now. All you have is your original fan base. Without them, you have nothing.
But like I said, how many times have we seen game companies do shit that we're sitting there saying this is a bad idea, but they
but
obviously
we've seen them
don't
do it
see
on the grander scale of something that's already there. This is something that already had a lot of mobility behind it. Suikoden has been a dead franchise. Sam, you can back this up. It's been a dead franchise for a decade.
More.
Yeah.
Suikoden 5 came out in what, 2000? Fuck.
Oh,
I don't know. 5 or 6, I think, right?
Let me look. Somebody looked that
Well,
up.
if this is not the same people who made the original set, they might have just been able to buy up the IP for cheap.
No, it's still Konami. It's still Konami. Now, the creator died last year. He died last year. Well, after he finished making the spiritual successor that Sam has been playing, he plotzed. He's not there anymore. But
I'm so stuck on that fucking game.
But I'm not. Listen, Devil, I understand what you're saying, and we're not entirely disagreeing with you, but this is not the same situation that I think you're thinking of it in. You have to understand that we're coming at this from understanding this franchise. You can't restore a dead franchise if you completely abandon your fan base, and because nobody's going to be interested in a prequel game that has no. This game is not a good entry point for anything.
Yeah, 5 was 06.
Yes, and I understand that you guys are trying to take from the franchise and being fans of the franchise and stuff, but human greed is kind of my realm, right? And like I said, you underestimate how greedy these sons of bitches are. Like I said, they will find a way to fuck themselves over if they think they can make an extra $20 at the end of the day on it. And like I said, even if you're right and they won't touch the 100 and whatever because those are sacrosanct and stuff, like I said, they will find a way where you have to pay to win or you have to pay to get further or anything like that. They will. You're saying.
I'm countering your point with evidence right here. If they're talking about it's a new 27 True Rune. Now you don't exactly know what that means, but that's a big deal that they're introducing a new True Rune, something that is massively important that always turns to fate. If they're talking about having it take place in a certain point in time, next to everything, they mention the 108 stars, how it all fits in there. They have a very narrow window to fuck around, and they will fuck around. They will put out there the extra shit, and the people will buy the extra shit. They're going to, but it's going to be extra shit. It's not going to be there. There's going to be no pay to win in this, Devil. I'm like 99% sure there's going to be no pay to win in this.
Every single mobile game has a level where you hit it and it's like you can't get any further. You have to grind so freaking much and you'll never get any further.
It's a real RPG. It's not a
you freaking will sit there and gamble in the game, and every time you lose, you restart so you can gamble again. I've seen you do it. Are you telling me that you hit this freaking cap where you can't get any further unless you buy a pack or you do this?
That was
and you're going to be okay with that.
One way to make it, and then they nerfed it in the second game. Okay, they nerfed it in the second game.
You are going to be so frustrated when you hit that wall, and you're like, "Why can't I get any further? I've been grinding, and I can't get any further."
You're looking at this.
Now they want me to spend $20.
You're
Hell yeah,
come
I'm
on.
pessimistic.
No,
It's mobile gaming. It's absolute
not
shit.
just mobile gaming. They're releasing it on Steam.
I don't
It's a real
care.
RPG.
It's still gonna have its bones in mobile gaming. It's probably not gonna go out to Steam till later anyway.
Yo, Bug. Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
I'm gonna look for a release date on here.
Shut up and go to bed.
Oh no. Oh, no.
It just says 2025. I don't see an actual release date. No, listen. I understand what you're saying, but I think you're completely wrong. I think you're totally wrong here. You don't understand the franchise. You don't understand the fan base of what's left and how they need us to make this work.
I think look, I'm going to take the middle ground on this. I think there's a possibility that Devil's 100% right. But if he is right, I think that Adam is right in that it will kill the future franchise forever going forward.
I agree with that 100%. 100%. But like I said, that's what they do with so many games. We sit there and we go, this is going to hurt you guys. This is going to tank it because just like
ideology in that aspect. We're talking about ideology. You're simply talking about possible greed. I don't think there's any ideology involved in this at all.
Especially if they're using the gotcha elements to fund future games in the series, they are not going to want to fuck over the fan base as much as that. I mean, they'll get their money how they can, but I don't think they're going to fuck with the core of the game. But if they do, if you're right about this, and I agree, there's definitely a possibility that you are. There won't be any games past this one.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I think. It says free to play. What I'm betting is when it comes out on Steam, they'll be here. You can buy this and you'll have all this shit built in. You can buy a non-free to play version like there is with any game. I mean, for example, past 10 years or so, a lot of MMOs went free to play, but you could still buy a subscription to it, like with Star Wars: The Republic, and have it be a full open MMO. I have a feeling it'll be just like that. Now I'm not saying a subscription, but I'm saying if you buy at this tier of the game, it'll have a lot of basic functions involved, and it'll be essentially the base game without and now I'm saying one way they might nickel and dime you and get you to buy shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they have experience boosters, like here, buy this to experience level up faster. Well,
oh sure.
I'm not going to blink at that. People want to do that, fine. If I do it my way, it may just take me longer, but I'll get there. I'll get to the levels that I want to get.
I mean, it's entirely possible that if people want to like max level everybody, like get everybody to level 99, oof, right? Which is time consuming as fuck in most of these games, unless you know the tricks.
Well, they cap you at the XP in some ways.
Yeah, maybe they take the tricks out, and if you don't pay for those little XP boxes or whatever, you cap out at like level 60, like you do in most of the series.
Yeah, that's generally. I've never gotten more than like 62 to 65 in any of these games because that's where the final mobs get.
I got 99 in 4, but 4 was kind of a weak entry in the series.
I quit 3/4 of the way through, so I have no idea how that was working out there. So.
What it all breaks down to is if they really, really, really wanted to reignite Suicune and really bring the franchise back, especially with fans that are, as Adam as you guys, they would have just made a new chapter in the series and put it on consoles instead of fucking
the dude is dead. The dude who made it is dead. And this might be one of the last things he gave them in terms of ideas, and this is all they have to work with, and they're afraid to
there's more to support what Devil's saying there too, though, because like the reason he didn't get another one until he started Uden Chronicles is because Konami kind of fucked him out of the franchise and then sat on it for 20 years.
That too. Yeah, you're right. So that's
why they made Uden.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad blood there.
I mean, it's just like Diablo. They made that mobile game solely because they were all like, they were greedy sons of bitches. Even though we all talked about it, and all the fans, remember when they first did the announcement, fans were raging in that room because they did it at, what was it, E3 or something? And they're all like, everyone's all, oh, they're going to do the next game. Oh God, and they're all, rubbing their nipples and shit. And then they're all like, and it's going to be mobile. And they're all like, fuck you, motherfucker. Pitchforks came out shit. It was just RPG. Pure greed. It's just pure greed that these companies have when they do a mobile game.
Yeah, but mobile games are not this. Yes, but this is mostly a traditional RPG. It's a JRPG. It's not a mobile game per se.
Then why don't they just charge you money for it? Just say we're
Because
going to
mobile
put it
games
on
are
mobile
cheaper
so
to
it's
make, too.
accessible to everybody.
Because mobile games are cheaper to make. They're not as hard. I know this.
Yeah,
I've known
but you
people in the industry who told me this shit.
so you just don't charge as much. They're not going to charge $60 like a freaking AAA game or $80 now. But they could charge a little bit and just say we put it on mobile so that it's accessible to everyone because we're trying to get as many people to play it so we can get as much new fan base around Suikoden for the next game that's going to be on console. That's why we're doing it. They could have explained that out straight out right. And then, like I said, have like a $12 price tag. If people really love Suikoden, they'll pay $12 for a game, even if it's a little washed down because it's mobile and not a console.
Not on a mobile. They wouldn't have paid $12 for a Suikoden.
But when you do it free to play, nothing is free to play. It's like people saying, that's free medical. There's no such thing as free. If you think there's such thing as free, it's because you're stupid. Everything costs money to somebody or they get their money somehow. So them doing it on mobile, it just, like I said, you guys are, and I appreciate that you really want to see the best, that they're really trying to do something good with the franchise you love. But like I said, I'm the devil. I figure everyone's a greedy bastard and I see the bad in people. And I see this as a way for them to try to get money, whether they want to invest it in a next actual console game or not. They want to make money, and the way they make money is by fucking you, the consumer, over.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna give you your take, and I'm gonna say it's grounded in a lot of stuff. You're not wrong about things, but this is not the game to do that with. And they can't do it with this game. Outside of frills and extra shit that don't affect the base game, they're not gonna. There is no way they're going to put a wall in front of you for getting levels. They're not going to do that. It would make the game unbeatable and people wouldn't play it. They wouldn't feed them the money to get past that hump. They wouldn't do it. That's not the fan base that you're going to appeal to like this. You're not going for the gacha crowd on this. Go ahead, Sam.
This is where they run into trouble with the gacha shit. Yeah, it's a very anime style kind of series and all that, and so you've got that crowd. But the fact is that Suikoden has always been kind of a niche property.
Very
right. It's not very well known outside of people who just love JRPGs and me and
gal,
you know,
and gal.
And but it isn't. It's not as, I mean, it's very, very highly regarded in Japan, right? And so the problem with putting this on mobile is that like they're going to want to try and draw people in, but it's a niche fucking property. You're not going to get people who don't already love the series playing this, and I think they know that.
Yeah.
So they can't fuck them over.
Yeah.
That's not 100% necessary, because like a lot of those anime games, they when you see them on the thing, they just put a little anime character, and anybody fan of RPGs or animes will be like, "Oh my god,
different beast." I mean, Devil, you're applying your logic to this, which is sound logic, but our logic is also sound. You're applying your logic to thinking about a different beast, like Genshin Impact, and everybody's going to keep feeding money.
The perfect example.
Different beast. Different beast entirely. There's no lore. There's no true fan base.
They don't need to know the rest of the lore.
Genshin Impact is made for gooners.
Yes, it is.
Yes, we're gonna be talking about.
Of course, they pay hand over fist.
I want to check fucking Cloud's phone, because you know he has like that, and he's
Cloud. You're here. Money. Cloud, you're here. Are Genshin Impact?
Anyway. Yes, they don't need to know the lore if they put a fucking little anime girl on the front of it. I'm just saying,
it's a different beast. It's not like,
dude. Okay, like when this comes out, you are going to play it now. You got no choice. It's gonna happen
play it eventually.
You're gonna play it day one, and then
no, I'm not,
whoever's right is gonna get to take a victory lap the entire fucking episode afterwards.
You won't know that until if I do play the game, you wouldn't know that until I've been into it for like a week or so. It's not.
Okay, well then
I'm not playing this game at launch. I'm not playing this game at launch. I'm not interested enough.
It's free to play. It's not like you have to pay.
To do, Devil.
Sounds like you just don't want to be proven wrong.
No, it sounds like I'm not interested enough. I said at the beginning of this conversation, I would get to it eventually. You can't pull that. You can't twist my words around. I said when we started this, I would get to it eventually. I'm not going to play it at launch before we even started this argument. So you can't say that. I said
How
it
do you
before we
get
started
you
this
get to
argument.
play it for him?
I didn't think this
You get to
this
be the
particular
monkey.
conversation would be this controversial.
Neither did I.
I will
We're
say
supposed
though,
to have
when you
fun speculating.
Devil brought up the Diablo fucking mobile game and all that shit. Thing is they didn't change anything with Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is a fucking gacha game.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to put this one to bed.
Actually. So
I think he dropped out there.
No, but I only pointed out in that these companies will do what makes them money.
Konami
They
is
will
desperate, but they're not desperate to sink one of the few things that might get them relevant again.
That company knew when they that the first time when they went to E3 and announced that and got the backlash they did. There's no way that they didn't research that, throw it out there to focus groups and stuff of fans beforehand that gave them the same answer. We don't want this. Give us the next Diablo game. Don't give us this bullshit on mobile. They knew that it was going to have a bad impact, but they did it anyway. Why? Because it was about making money, not about what the fans really wanted or the lore or any of that stuff.
Diablo is a different beast.
Will
from
always
Suikoden.
go for the money and greed,
you're not
and
wrong,
I
but
just
this
don't
isn't the
think
same situation. Diablo was already a moneymaker.
it doesn't matter. They will.
does
They assume
matter.
it still will make
It
money. You're
does
assuming that they give a
matter.
shit that they burn the whole fucking place down at them.
The fact that
They
they're
would.
putting it on
It's
Steam
about
shows they give
fucking
a
money.
shit.
They could give a shit.
You're putting it on Steam.
Okay, you're all done.
If you played the games under the franchise, you'd see where we're coming from. You're making an essentially objective call, but you're making with facts and logic that you're operating with incorrectly here. That's all I'm saying.
And you openly admit that you don't even like freaking mobile games, but you're making all these leaps that they will stay true to their fucking story and that they care and shit. They care about money. They could give a crap. They would turn every character in the next game gay if they fucking could make an extra $400,000 off the fucking story.
They already made
Why the hell
characters
when
gay.
they do it to a freaking bunch of characters on a mobile game? Fuck
They're
you
already
over.
gay characters in Suikoden.
They'll make them all gay. It'll be a gay fucking goddamn bathhouse.
There's actually one of those too. I think it's in 3.
Clip. 1 hour, 12 minutes.
They're already gay. Listen, we're not going to agree on this any way, shape, or form right now. But
No.
Kel says he's going to play it at launch. He's never played a Suikoden game, but he's going to play it. So Kel will probably be the first one to give us information on whether or not they will impede your progress and force you to gotcha your way to the conclusion. I say they won't. Devil says they will. It's an obvious wait and see. But it's I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't. But we'll have to come back with that. We'll have to come back to it. So let's put this one to bed and take a deep breath and move on to the next topic. So we can have not so mellow engagements here. What's this one here? Oh, no. Well, no, I don't want to do that one anymore. Let's go into since we did mention gooning.
I mean, and you've been all worried about not having enough content on this show.
Hey, so I said I had topics for tonight, and looks like I didn't lie this time around. We had that first topic went for a while, but we do have a gooning topic that honestly made a lot of noise a year ago. Stellar Blade is back. It's on PC now, and all the modders are doing their God-given talent and making booby mods, and we love it. And the devs themselves are still giving you booby outfits. It's glorious. And we have now official over 3 million extra copies sold on PC, on top of the millions it already sold on console last year. I got my copy right there. I haven't played it since it came out. Maybe I'll come back to it anyway. But this is cool.
I mean, it is a good game.
Oh, it's a good game. It's an excellent game. Excellent game. I enjoyed it. I really should play it again because I have to get the other endings to get my trophies. But I know
what
they
ending
had
did you get?
I fought Adam.
Oh, I
took
didn't
him
pick
out.
that.
I sided with Lily, and I fought Adam. I mean, you can watch it. It's in the membership section of this channel. My Stellar Blade playthrough is there. If you are a member, you can go watch my entire playthrough of that.
I figured they did something because Phil did another Gooner stream, and I was all, if he's diving back into those streams too on Stellar Blade, chances are they must have put something out where you could see more of her.
Well, here's the thing: it's not just that they their own extra outfits are just as revealing as ever, but the modders have gone to town, and so much so
as God intended.
Yes, the modders are doing God's work, and they're making. I mean, it's lewd, it's crude, it's glorious, it's Gooner material all the way. So much so that the game journos and all their people like them, they're unhappy.
And I think you guys are misusing the term God's work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're doing God's work, then they're mine enemy.
Listen, go forth and multiply, but you have to build up stamina to go forth and multiply. Okay, this is helping you build up stamina. All right, resist Eve as long as you can. So they sold 3 million copies, but they're unhappy because we have an article here at PC Gamer. Gooner Game of the Year Stellar Blade mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven.
That's actually a pretty fucking funny headline.
Have you ever not played a game with mods? That's literally how it goes. Like,
yeah.
Listen,
like literally when the game goes out on PC or anything like that, you could bet your ass, literally probably one of the first mods is gonna be, okay, let's make them nude or give them fat tits or whatever.
I remember the nude mod for Lara Croft in the first Tomb Raider game on PlayStation.
I want someone to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make a mod that puts more clothes on the girl and watch him found dead the next day.
Put her in a fucking in a hijab.
Yeah.
Listen, there are. I mean, I play most of my games on console, so I don't get the mods, but I do research what the modding community is doing these things. When Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out on PC, Remake came out on PC 2-3 years ago, they went to town on making. I mean, in the game itself, you can put Tifa in a couple different outfits during the game. They made mods that put Tifa in a dozen different outfits, and then of course it was the nudie mod. There's a game on my shelf, the Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, that section of the franchise. By the time you get to the fourth game, third and fourth game, and a lot of the characters, it's been a time skip. A lot of the characters, they got boobies and titties everywhere. There are nudie mods all over that for the PC version. You're good. Bug is right. The first thing that happens is they're going to make sexy mods because you know what? Sex sells. And people will play the games more. Sexiness. And they're going to have more fun. And it shows you who gives a damn understanding. So let's read this article. I haven't read it yet. Let's go. It is apparently always possible for there to be less clothing. Now, this is PC Gamer. This is by Joshua Wilmans. I'm going to guess this is not a parody article. I'm going to believe this guy is a male feminist and is truly upset that there is Gooner material in Stellar Blade. When you purchase through links...
that's real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Real quick, this I saw a thing earlier that was basically saying, and I didn't follow up because I don't care that much, but apparently this is the same guy who wrote the article last year about how bear fucking was a godsend in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh jeez!
All right, I think I know this.
That explains
furry bastard.
And just as a statement to go through this, before we went live here, like I think about an hour or so ago, I was doom scrolling, and I saw the guys who made Stellar Blade. The devs said, "We love the mods. We will not stop them from doing what they're doing. When somebody buys a game, it belongs to them, and they are free to do with it as they please."
Good for them.
That is what the Stellar Blade developers have said. So. Let's read what Bearfucker has to say. Stellar Blade finally hit PC 2 days ago, and this was released on the 13th, which was 3 days ago. So this is 5 days old. From Stellar Blade's been out for 5 days on PC. And I'm betting now that that 41% of the smut is probably up to 70% now. That's my bet.
80
good.
probably.
Good. Stellar Blade is finally a PC 2 days ago, giving everyone the chance to do whatever it is this game is actually about. Unfortunately, no one knows what that is because the entirety of discourse surrounding it is about the main character's butt. No, it's about her tits too. She's got fantastic tits.
Yeah, but they like lean more into the butt.
Lean into that butt.
Yeah, he leaned into the butt.
Point is, no, she's got great tits and ass, and it's based on a real woman's body. The South Korean model that is the body model for Eve. She
yeah,
really
we'd all
looks
lean
like
into
that.
her butt if we got a chance.
Oh, yeah, I'd lean into every part of her. And yes, I would need like much beverages to keep going. Well, now that the
the character design itself was made by the creator's wife.
Yes.
Like literally, he even showed off some of his own designs, and his wife looked at him and went, "No, these are shit. Let me do the job."
Yeah.
And then we got the good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people.
I couldn't do that.
What?
Like, I let my wife be like the model for it because
his wife.
No. His wife wasn't. No, his wife was not the model. His wife was like the character designer.
Like I said, I'd be like, dude, honey, people are gonna be freaking giving you tributes the body every model. Day. She's the face model. She did the face is his wife's face, and the body is the model girl's.
No.
That's how I read it when it first came out. That her face is the face that they use.
Somebody look it up. I can't look it up while we're doing this. Somebody look it up. So let's just make sure we're
look it up. Like I said, when it came out, I was sitting there going, "Yeah, I would never let my wife do that," because, like I said, you're gonna have gooners freaking leaving tribute pictures and shit to your wife's face. I'd be like, I'm not cool with that, honey.
Well. Somebody look that up while we're doing this. Well, now that the butt is on PC, you know what that means, mods. And if I were to make a book right now on how many of those mods somehow made Stellar Blade even more not safe for work, then it is out of the box. I suspect I wouldn't make very much money, not least because you've probably all read the headline. By intense scientific calculus counting, full 96 of the 234 mods, 41%, that currently exist for Stellar Blade are marked as adult. And frankly, some of the ones that aren't marked as adult are probably not safe for work. How do you feel about Eve? Is that her full name? Eve Feethans? Is that her full name? I never knew that was her full name.
No, haven't played the game.
Double. I just looked it up.
Feet hands.
The face was not based off anybody. Like it says. The body of Eve is based on a 3D scan of South Korean model Shin Jae-un. The developers chose Jae-un because they thought her body shape would be a good reference for the character and wanted to create an attractive body for the player. The face, however, they developed it in-house, and there's no like reference for it. It was
maybe it's just one of those things where the wife designed it and it looks remotely like her. I just remember the video where she was in
charge of character designs for the game. That's
maybe like I said, maybe it looks a little like her, whatever. I just remember the video where they were fucking.
I've seen her picture, pretty woman, but she's not Eve. She's not Eve. So how about
you guys don't know enough about Korean women to go around saying they're pretty. I'm just saying, you wash all that makeup and duct tape or the scotch tape off their face. It's like looking at Caliban from Jason and the Argonauts or whatever. I got those movies mixed up, so don't
that's
come
Clash
out.
of the Titans. That's Clash of the Titans. How do you feel about Eve Feet Hands? That's not her real name. Good. Would you discuss that with your grandparents over Christmas dinner? My grandparents are dead. You can go fuck yourself, dude.
Why would I talk about what I jerk off to with my grandparents ever?
Yeah.
Why are you thinking about talking to my grandparents about it? That's fucking weird, dude.
Even if my dad was alive, I wouldn't talk about
why do you? His grandparents aren't into bear fucking.
No person is ever gonna talk to their grandparents about like what video games they play on their fucking spare time, like because they're gonna be old as dirt. It's like you have to try to explain to them what you do in the game. It's like, that's what you kids do in the game.
Yeah. Plus, all my grandparents have been dead since I was young.
Yep. my grandma died before I knew what gooning was. The majority are, well, what you expect. Various ways to make Eve and the other women in the game various levels nude. Bug, who's your favorite? Taki?
Tacky.
Taki?
Mhm.
Yeah, listen, Taki. Ooh, Taki. Taki died too soon and then had to fight her again. And listen, I liked what's her name, who's the working with Adam. What was her name?
Raven?
Raven? Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
Raven.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, she was pretty good.
Raven.
I think my tier list of like was Tacky was top, Enya the silver haired like singer was
Too
like,
much
second.
robot stuff on her for me. Too much robot body.
Well, you have to get her. You have to do the best.
Well, I put her back together. I put her back together all the way. It was still too much for me. I can't cross that bridge. I can't cross.
I could still work with that, but she was second. Raven was third. Eve was fourth, and then Lily was like dead last because I don't know. She was too small for me.
If I remember, I have to put Raven on top. Something about Raven from the moment I saw her, I was like, yes, give me more of that, please. I really dig Taki, but there just wasn't enough of her for me in the game to really latch onto. So I would have to put Eve second, Taki, and Lily comes in fourth just because she's not as well endowed, but still cute. Lily's still cute. Even though I had her in the hoodie for most of the game because that's what I unlocked, and I thought she looked cute in the hoodie. But yeah, so the majority are, well, what you expect. Various ways to make even other women in the game various levels of nude, with most popular level being fully. You know, shit. Someone did put her in an apron, though, which I suppose leaves something to the imagination. There are also a lot of main menu replacers that just put hardcore smut of one variety or another right there on the home screen, if that's your bag. I'm going to ask this question. Is anybody getting hurt by this?
I am only hurt that I do not have PC gaming needs.
Some people might be getting chafed.
Bug, I'm sure there are some
Chafing
videos
one.
you can download of these glorious mods being in action. There, I'm sure at this point.
I mean, I could like sure, but it's.
You're not gonna have control over it. I understand that.
I would love to have the ability to mod games, but I don't have that capability at the time. I don't.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I say you want it to be yours because there is a certain level of satisfaction of your modded game and you're making her do what you want on the screen. I understand that.
Yes, completely. I would like to, have her wear a T-shirt that only had a Spider-Man logo on it, just because I'm a degenerate.
You have to, and I bet even for you, I bet there's a mod that replaces Eve with Taki at some point. There's
there's like 10 of them I've checked.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah. See, that's what to do. I mean, that's a common thing in a lot of games. They'll replace the game model with another character, so that means you can get all your Taki desire in the game. So that's I could get all my Raven desire. I'm sure it'd be glorious.
So this guy's a hypocrite because if they had a freaking mod that turned him into a twink that had sex with bears, he'd be all about that mod.
Vampire twink, get it right.
100% a hypocrite.
This motherfucker probably downloaded the Leon Kennedy boner mod for RE4 remake.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I know that's a real thing.
I think I've come across those Leon mods in doom scrolling before. I don't play Resident Evil, so I mean, anyway.
Can't look up Ashley's skirt, but God, we're gonna let you see Leon's dick.
You're right. These are all good. Now, look, I have no issue with what adults do in their privacy in their own home. Then why are you bitching and moaning?
Yeah,
why are you bitching and moaning?
That statement, we all know you're lying about that.
If you want to turn your copy of any game into an overstimulating carnival of omnipresent erotic delights, please do so as my blessing. No, clearly not, because you've written an entire article pointing an accusatory finger at people doing what they want with something they've purchased.
Also,
which
fuck
isn't
you. I don't
anybody.
need your blessing.
Yeah. And at the same time, nobody's getting hurt unless you run on a lotion. Then you might have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm a tad mystified. I do wonder what kind of lifestyle it is that leads a person to turn a video game main menu into hardcore pornography. Very simple. You're done playing the game for the night and you want to rub one out after being stimulated watching Eve bounce around for a couple of hours. I mean, these are written by people who don't even play fucking games. Because let's be honest, you're playing a game, you play for 2 hours, and you're done. But let's be honest, you're stimulated by the beauty. And it's like, okay, I can work with this. I can work with this, and you do it. Now the mods just make it easier.
These are written by they're written by hypocrites, because the fact is, this dude, like I said, whether it's 2-bear porn or not, rubs it out. Why the hell do you got to hold it against other people how they do it and what they do it to? Like I said,
it's a
whatever furry
porn
thing. Yeah, whatever furry porn this dude's into that he fucking can't stop touching his weenus to. Like I said, long as he does in his house and I don't have to hear about it, I don't give a shit. But somehow he fucking thinks that some poor cloud who can't stop touching himself to Eve, mods is a bad person for doing.
I gotta drag poor Cloud into this.
I'm sure there's an unshaven mod just for you there, Cloud. Braided back hair.
Eve has a hairy britches on, just like straight.
Poor Cloud barely shows up live to any of my streams. He shows up and it's just like it's like he's always here. and back on. It's okay.
Look,
Cloud.
but like as you get further into this next paragraph, like he starts using Christian rhetoric, which is, I think, super hypocritical of him, because why would he have written about how awesome bear sex is? Right? Because that's pretty fucking degenerate, man.
I think he wants to try to use the Christian rhetoric because technically Stellar Blade is like using kind of the Bible, the story.
There's
kind of
creationism in there. There's a lot of creationism.
Yeah, it's because like you have the characters like Adam, Eve, and whatnot.
They're angels.
I kind of get that, but I also get that this guy's just using it to make a point that this is smut he doesn't like. It isn't that he doesn't like smut. This is smut he doesn't like. That's all this is. It's all it's ever been.
You're right.
And the fact that he goes around saying, "Oh, this is bad for society," which, by the way, I do think there is an argument for the over pornification of a fucking Western society. I do believe that.
That's
but the fact that this guy is saying these things, right? He's only saying that because he's pouting because this didn't go his fucking way.
Oh yeah, I've said that for years, that the left has become the new Bible thumpers. They're no different than the people who used to sit there and slap the Bible and say you can't watch the show because there's naughty words in it or there's cleavage in it and stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just different. It's coming from a different place, but same reactionary kind of bullshit.
And I agree with that too. The difference is this guy doesn't believe any of these fucking words he wrote.
And let's read this
Cloud,
next line.
What the fuck?
I know. I'm not. I saved that for Ballbusters.
I mean,
not engaged with that right there.
You could have left that at hairy women, dude. You didn't have to write the rest of that sentence.
Now we're gonna have to tell Dermy.
That.
And but I'm a tad mystified. I do wonder what kind of lifestyle it is that leads a person to turn video game main menu to hardcore pornography. At some point, are you so inured to sexuality that you have to cram it into every available crevice to feel anything? Would you not find more fulfillment if the erotic were less ubiquitous, more rare, more precious? At least we'll always have Thomas the Tank Engine mods. All right, first of all, this is back to the hypocrisy of this film. This is somebody saying that whoever's doing this can't stop gooning. Let's be honest. When we get the urge, we do it. And if you're normal, okay, I'm done. I can now move on. I finished my business. I am now focused on other things. You've got your release, and
Let's
now
be
you're
honest,
done.
People jerk off to Thomas too.
Oh, there's definitely a sect of weirdos out there who are getting it off to Thomas the Tank Engine. No doubt. No doubt. There's a kink for everybody out there.
Rule 34 is very real, and it wins every time.
Yes, and as long as kids aren't involved, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want to yourself. As long as kids aren't involved and people ain't getting hurt. And nobody's getting hurt. But I find this so ridiculous that this person is instantly saying, if you jerk off, you must have a masturbation addiction. No. I'll get off and I'll move on with my day. You know, that's it. I'm not thinking about doing it again right away. I'm done. It's over. This is just insulting to think that just because I enjoy beauty, and when I see beauty, I have to constantly beat off to it. And it's ridiculous. Again, as Sam put it, coming from the guy who was celebrating bear fucking not too long ago, apparently.
Yeah, like I said, if the only mods that came out put an extra 50 pounds of weight on Eve and all these fucking turned her hair blue, gave her hair in her armpits,
Gave her a dick.
took away her gave her a dick. If all the mods were all focused on shit that he thinks is brave and stunning, he would be championing it. He would be seen. It doesn't matter that there's dudes who will jerk off if you gave Eve a dick. Doesn't matter if there's dudes who will jerk off if you give hairy pits and blue hair and make her a fat chick. There's dudes who will jerk off to anything you do to that woman, even making her not a woman. You will have some dude who will touch his weenus to it. That's just like you said, rule 30, whatever. So yeah, he wouldn't have a problem with that. He wouldn't freaking sit there and say, "Oh my god, that mod that gave her the wiener made dudes touch themselves. Oh, I'm so offended." No, he'd be like, "That is stunning. That is brave. That is so bold that they just took this and let it happen because it should have been that way from the beginning." It's just bullshit. He's not worried about people gooning. He's worried about people gooning to attractive women because you can't do that no more. You have to. Touch yourself to the ugly ones.
And then the final statement here. Apparently not, because the top 10 mods for Stellar Blade are adults only. And they've been downloaded about 250,000 times collectively at time of writing. Goon on, gooners. Let no one dim your sparkle.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. This guy's a fucking asshole is all.
This guy probably never even played the game. The fact that he says whatever this game is about. No, actually, and have we all played it here? I know Bug and I have.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Devil, you haven't played it, have you?
Oh.
No. Now, Bug and I, we can both attest. The story, it's a really good story. The gameplay is outstanding. And there is a lot to do in that world. I mean, the amount of time I spent looking for goddamn cans, and I still didn't find them all in my first playthrough. I missed, I think, 5. It's a very well-constructed game with an excellent story, excellent combat mechanics, and engaging characters. I mean, Bug, who you it sounded like you sided with Adam. You sided with Adam in your playthrough, your first playthrough.
Because I wanted to. It seemed like an interesting story idea. Also, and when you do it, because there's a caveat to it. Like you have to, I think, raise your affinity or some thing with Lily up to 100%. Because when you do it, depending on if you fill the meter or not, she might die at the end. But if you get it all the way up, you save her, and and of course at the very end you get a cool, nice outfit at the end of it, because Eve looks like a legit fucking angel at the end of it, and somehow her tits get bigger.
See, I went with the other one just because I thought, you know what, this dude's been betraying me the whole time, even though I figured it out way ahead before he did. I'm like, this dude's too sketchy to be trusted. Now I see I had maxed out my affinity with Lily, so I probably would have gotten the extra stuff too. But but see, what we're saying, there's multiple endings. You're very invested with this stuff. There's a very fine-tuned, very well-crafted story, and this stupid bear fucking son of a bitch never even played the game to understand that. All he thinks about is that people just like it because she's got great tits and ass, and she jiggles everywhere. No, that's just the icing on the cake. That she's beautiful to look at, and it makes it even.
It
more
is a great
enjoyable.
cake.
Oh, it's a great cake that I love to pound. But what I would love these people to understand is that gaming is more than beautiful visuals. But beautiful visuals enhances gaming, and nobody should be ridiculed or punished for making something look beautiful. And that's kind of what this guy is part of, that group that exists now for the past decade that wants to remove beauty from everything. everything must be ugly and sterile and look like, a wrinkled ass, and that you have to be happy with it. Or in his case, probably be furry too. You can't have beautiful things because somehow that ruins somebody's agency.
I'm just saying, if it can't maul him to death with big fucking claws, he's probably not into it.
So this is, like Sam said, this is a massively hypocritical argument. This is a fake gamer, a fake fan of everything. This guy probably never played a real game in his life, and if he did, he probably had a journo mode, super easy story mode, where there's no challenge whatsoever, and probably never finishes any game he starts. If you're writing for PC Gamer, you probably never played an actual PC title in your life. You probably play mobile games. So either way, to hell with this guy. We went into this knowing he was a bear fucker, and it proves that he's just ridiculous. And by still making this about the sexiness of Eve, proves that you can't let go of the fact that your side is lost in all of this. That the Dragon Age Veil Guards and all that kind of stuff, that's been rejected. And the Stellar Blades and everything else that is coming out now recently with beautiful characters, that's winning the day. And with all these copies sold things, you notice now, ever since Expedition 33, it's copies sold, copies sold, copies sold. No one who's actually winning says players. They say copies sold. And that proves that beautiful games made with great characters and great art and engaging stories will win every time over ugly-ass games filled with queerdos, bad storytelling, bad characters, and bad writing. Every damn time. All right, that was a fun one. I did enjoy that. And that's all my articles, though. I am now out of topics. If anybody else has something they want to talk about, you could throw it on out there. Otherwise, unless the chat wants to throw a bone into the mix, we'll wrap it up.
I got nothing.
People were angry at me for yelling about half an hour ago. So,
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's really much to talk about. I mean,
no.
Unless you want to jump into another debate about James Gunn's Superman.
No, we are not doing that this week. I mean, there's a massive James Gunn article out there, but it's kind of at this point, I did James Gunn yesterday. I don't want to do James Gunn again. I purposely did not have anything lined up for him tonight because I don't. There's nothing else to talk about.
No, it's look. My excitement level for this movie is so goddamn low that I actually forget that it's even coming out till somebody else brings it up.
Yeah. I mean, right now we are at the point where the movie just needs to arrive already. There'll be one more trailer before all is said and done. I'm sure. We still have 25 days to go, but at this point, the movie just needs to come out, and we need to see who's right and who's wrong. That's it. Although I did purposefully make a short of something I said during Double D's today, with the express purpose to piss off the Gun stands, which bug you are not one of them. You are just somebody who has hope that it's good. I understand that.
Yes.
But I put out the people who are just sucking James Gunn off, and I feel very good about it because I do it not giving a shit. I did specifically do that, and this is how I feel about it. Samuel, appreciate this.
But the most damning thing of all, I think I can live with it. And if I had to do it all over again, I would.
Yeah.
God, I love Cisco.
That right there, that is peak Cisco right there. That is peak Cisco in that moment. I'll say now that's one of my 10 out of 10 episodes. I love that episode so much. It's a fake. I love it.
Yeah.
So what Cloud, I was nice to you tonight. All right. I was nice to you tonight.
I wasn't.
I mean, I may not have kept them from being mean, but I didn't say anything tonight.
Somehow Dermy got a hold of the climax thing already.
Oh.
Wait, what do you mean? How, devil?
It was Weasel. It was Weasel. It had to be Weasel.
That's what I figured.
I'm running the stream. I didn't have time to do anything.
But also, Cloud, you typed that in. No one held a gun to your head and said, "Type this shit out, bitch." Like, you cannot be surprised that people are going to use that information you willingly give out. Like, you know what? Cloud reminds me of that. Well, I don't know which politician was sleeping with the Chinese sleeper agent that was like giving away information.
Swalwell. I call him Fartwell.
Yeah, that guy. That's what Cloud is. Except you don't even need like the Chinese sleeper agent. He just starts giving away shit.
I mean, Fang at least wasn't a Sasquatch.
All right, so Weasel is to blame.
That's true.
Could you? Isn't it funny? Cloud would be better off if he just lied and said he had never touched a woman. He would be.
I mean, he would, because nobody give a shit if he was a virgin.
We would all be like, "Oh, poor Cloud. We need to get him laid." But instead, he had to go admit that he touched something nasty.
I mean, I'd be more like, "Good for you, Cloud. You've managed to avoid a bucket load of disease."
Unlike Sam.
What always gets me was the story and how he like worded it, like he got tricked into the one night stand thing.
All right,
it's like,
let's not beat up on Cloud anymore tonight. He apparently, because of Weasel, he's already in it, and I'm sure. Listen, just bide your time. In 4 days, I'm sure we're gonna go into this on Ballbusters this week. It'll happen now.
It'll be hilarious.
Dermy's gotten a hold of it, and but what happened? I don't think he did on purpose. He just.
I think Dermy summoned him to make a new opener that includes.
Y'all are talking about bad lays, man. I talk about bad lays all day long, and nobody gives me shit about it.
Listen, it's been a long time since I had a bad lay, so I admit,
or a lay,
and it's been a long time, a very long time. So I'm not gonna lie. So, but whatever. But I'd rather have it be a long time than like make a bad choice. There he is. He's back. Hit a button.
No, my fucking Chrome decided to crash.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, we're wrapping it up anyway. The piling on Cloud will happen, I'm sure, this Friday on Ballbusters, where he can at least be there to defend himself in person.
If it helps, I don't pick on you on my own streams at all, Cloud.
And I didn't pick on you tonight. They did. And Weasel caused problems. Anyway, all right, let's wrap it up. We are almost 2 hours in anyway, and I'm out of topics. If you guys don't have topics and the chat hasn't elected to punish us with anything, then we will wrap up the show. All right, Devil, how's your week look?
Not good. I'll be on this Wednesday. We are doing episode 2 of Make Me a Sandwich. The first one was a lot of fun. Hopefully this one will be just as much so. And then you'll see me on Sam's channel and the pub on Friday and going to Saturday. And I'm supposed to be doing a Get Ranked here at some point. Unfortunately, right now I'm working 6 days a week, so it's just not going to happen for a while. But keep a lookout for when the next one is of that.
Yeah, and it's not like you'll get holidays off because you work in the food industry. You don't get holidays off in the food industry. You get to work
never
on 4th of
closed.
July. It's
Yep.
fun. Everybody else
They
out
never
partying,
closed.
and you're in the kitchen. I've been there. I'm going back. I don't have to. Bug, what you got going on?
Not a whole lot, you know. I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, you know. Jumping on more panels and stuff since I've definitely am getting more of that free time. Just kind of trying to restructure some stuff because a lot happens. So, you know, mostly just trying to get my book up and running, which I did have some promo artwork as my background that I kept changing every 5 seconds because I can't pick one to stay there. As for videos and stuff, I don't even know where to start, truth be told. But once I find something, I'll probably do something. But beyond that, usual spots you'll find me here, Ballbusters, and whatever show anyone wants me to be on, you know.
Okay, and I'm sure in about 20 odd days you'll have your review of Superman with the rest of us.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be up there. I know that.
We're whether we'll be feasting or famining, we will have plenty to talk about for at least a good week or two on that one when it drops. Sam,
God willing.
I don't have anything coming up planned. Maybe drop some more shorts through the course of the week. Although I don't know. I'm kind of getting pissy with the algorithms tracking of views right now, because the most recent one was up over 1,200 views, and it's still got 984 public views. And analytics is now saying that it's closer to 700, which means they jacked like 500 fucking views for me again, which keeps happening. So, I mean, I understand there's some amount of wiggle room in the first like 30 minutes or whatever, because, you know, it's still trying to collate data and all that shit, but this was hours ago. Fuck them. So, I don't know. We might be looking at getting on Kick soon, because YouTube is getting worse, even though they keep saying they're getting better. So, otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. Usual shit coming up. Abyssal Musings and Beelzebub on Fridays, Saturdays, Screaming to the Void, and probably Exiled Lioness 2, and then back here next Monday. Next week, at some point, I'll be doing a Whispering into the Dark. Not sure what I'm going to rant about this week, but there's plenty to rant about. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, as for me, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, are in charge. I'm sure that I know we already got one video reserved. Just wait for Dom to decide what it is. And then tomorrow, we're going to see if we can finish up Expedition 33 tomorrow night. We've got... I've been in Act 3 for 2 weeks, but I've been doing everything that wasn't necessarily very story related. We did one stream last week. You guys watch me do some stuff. I did beat what I think is one of the toughest bosses in the game. I stumbled into the trick, one of the tricks to beat him without having to worry about super blocking and parrying or dodging. And I did record that, so it's up on my channel. But if you missed it, it will be run on the stream at the beginning of the stream, so you guys can see it. My victory, my glorious victory. Then let's see. That would be going into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. More gaming, more Double Ds. Alpha and I will be doing more Space Marine 2 this Thursday, because this Saturday it's Among Us Ballbusters. So we will be doing all kinds of horrible things to each other and not feeling bad about it at all. So that'll be happening 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Also on Saturday Night Drive-In this week, it's Top Gun Maverick. I haven't actually seen it yet. It'll be my first watch of it, because I just never got around to it. So
yep, same. Never saw it.
Yep. So it'll be a fresh first take on it, and we will definitely have the discussion whether or not it's better than the original. We will have that discussion. Jed says he has complicated thoughts. He loves the movie, but has complicated thoughts on that particular subject line. Other than that, Ballbusters, I don't know if we have a guest this week yet. Roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. I'm sure we'll find something to talk about by then. And then we'll be right back here next week for another Mellow Mondays, where I'm hoping that I'll have more stimulating topics where Devil and I can yell at each other over 30 minutes. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. I am almost at 4,000 subs, everybody. 3,993. 7 more to go, and maybe great things happen after that. The algorithm might decide to look at me differently. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, spread the good word. Links for everybody are in the description below, and we will see you next time. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be, as I was scrolling up to find the outro. Here we go. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.